it's awesome. Postseason advance, 20 wins. It's a really pretty good feeling, and these guys here really, Ty really helped making 7 threes. We can be really hard to stop. And FA, I jumped him a little bit at halftime, and he responded in a great way with the 3 blocks, 13 points, 5 boards. Hit a big 3, kind of placed that thing. Well, that's good. That's a good one. That's a good one. When the corner one wide open, that's a good one. But just really thrilled with the win.
Questions? Right next to you, Cole.
So, Coach, we talked to you about this the other day, but I want to hear kind of from the guys here. What kind of progress do you think this kind of represents for you guys? Not only qualifying, but now first national postseason tournament win in a decade, and just getting to 20 wins. So, just for either of you guys, was that kind of say about the trajectory of the program right now?
I mean, yeah, we don't really. I try not to think about it personally so much. I try to be in the moment a little bit. But Coach always hammers it away in practice, and in the locker room he says even though we've let some go, this is still a historic season. We're still doing things. So I think that really speaks to the program.
You got it. You got it.
Coach, you kind of mentioned it, but kind of a matchup between a nationally notable offense, nationally notable defense. What do you think you guys were able to do to kind of stifle them?
I think Bamba and Noah did a great job. We kind of was just like, hey, we're going to have to, with Williams, you kind of have to be split duty on him, try to make it hard for him to catch, wear him down a little bit, and he still had 19 and 15. He's a really good player. And then we did a great job on Justice. He's a good player that he missed a couple for us. I think we were a little fortunate, a couple open ones, but we had a pretty good awareness of where he was. And then Vrankich is a hard cover. And I've been coaching. I said I recruited him when I was at Columbia. That's 3 jobs ago. And he's been around a while. He has 1,900 points, very crafty. FA came out of the game, said, he goes in arms. I said, I know. I've been watching him for 5 years.
He's good.
No, he's crafty as can be. And really, we did a pretty good job on him because we had 0 assists. He's a really good passer and made him finish, and he did his thing. But we didn't give him up easy threes and guarded the 3 really well.
Yeah, Coach. It seemed like in that first half, you guys kind of, slowed it down. Obviously, like what we just said, that's a high-profile offense. I mean, was that kind of the plan to kind of play at your guys' pace?
Well, we thought we needed. To me, and this, I don't know disrespect to Santa Clara, that they're like Oregon State in the sense Oregon State can score, and we kind of got lulled into 2 games with them where it was, trying to exchange baskets, and if you play that way against Santa Clara, you're going to probably end up on the short end, same kind of deal. So we said, hey, we got to do our deal. We have to guard them in the middle of the floor, keep, just make them earn it, and we did. We made it. I thought in the first half we were great in all areas except just our shot selection was a little suspect, and I think maybe that was just being nerves of playing postseason. And I thought they guarded us well, to be honest, too. They put us in some end of the shot clock, which I don't think they really wanted, to be honest. I think they'd rather have it going up and down, which is a little different than when I was in the league at Santa Clara. They'd play offensive, but they're unique, kind of explosive. They're kind of Arizona-ish a little bit as far as advancing the ball and shooting quick and playing with space.
Yeah, Tyrell, was there any indication in warm-ups or anything that you were kind of going to have a hot hand today, and just how are you kind of feeling out there today?
Now, once the game started, I hit my first 3. I was like, oh, yeah, time to turn it on. So, after I hit that first one, I was like, all right, just keep shooting. If they go in, they go in. If they don't, just get something better.
He turned down a couple.
I did.
He turned open catch and shoot, and I was like, what are we doing here? That's your job.
Similar question for you, though, Ty. Kind of a couple sparks in the last few games here. Do you feel like you're, I don't know, maybe playing your peak ball late, playing the hit?
Maybe, yeah. I would say so. I say the shots are just falling rather than not, as opposed to not. But, I feel comfortable out there. And it's March, so you want to be playing your best once you get to this point.
I think I talked to Ty about, 6-7 games ago, and had to explain to him that he's had a really good season. He's really hard on himself. And to do with sitting out a year, making the jump from UC San Diego to here, he's done great to be able to play that many minutes. He's gotten really good defensively. And then he's starting to get to the second and third reads, which you need to do. on, handling the ball and just playing with more confidence. And that happens a lot. It's almost like some regards, a junior college guy will take off the second half of his first year, and he kind of has done that for us. And Mike steadied the ship, and just really happy. You need good guards to get these games done, and they did a great job.
FA, for you, Santa Clara's coach was just talking about how your guys' kind of length, and especially post play defensively, threw him off all game. And it's like, just defensively, what can you say kind of about your guys' post play tonight? How do you think you were able to, kind of take them out of their game a little bit underneath?
I think they did a really good job, just fronting the post the whole time. They were doing an amazing job doing that. But I just felt like, we just had to, stay with the course, try to go with the play we had to go through it today. It's all about the coaching, or credit to Smith.
No, we were very blessed because we're able to squeeze them on the three, and they're running into Mo, FA, and Deshaun. And between the three of them, they had 10 block shots. And everyone knows that FA is a dynamic shot blocker. He gets the weak side ones. He is. Mo and Deshaun block the same rate. They're just blocking differently. Like Deshaun just goes, he kind of walls up and he gets those guys. And Mo made a big time one at the start of the second half where the layup, he got him from behind. It looked like a layup, and the game was tight.
Transition.
And it turned into transition for us. So they bailed us out a lot, but it's also by design a little bit. We just didn't want to let Williams and Justice and Pipes, be able to look at the three and make them make tough twos. And they did it. I should say bail. That's partly they do a great job there, and we got to exploit what they do well.
Yeah, it kind of seemed like the difference was the start of that second half. You guys go on that run a little bit and kind of built that lead. I mean, like you mentioned, some shot blocks and a three. And
Yeah, the shot blocks, we were guarded pretty well. We scored. We were having a little trouble scoring. We finally got a couple buckets to go, and then we gave up a couple threes, I believe, in transition off makes. And Justice, thank God, he missed them. And if that game stays tight, and we were able to stay the course, and we had them at 25 with deep in the second half. They're pretty deep, and I think they got the technical in that. Well, that took it 10 to 12 or 8 to 10, and poor Ty didn't know that he was supposed to shoot those Technicals. Mike, yeah, you didn't know he was in the game. Mike just stepped up there. I was like, snooze, you lose. It's hard to get away from Mike. Mike likes to score too.
You had mentioned yesterday that in games like this, when you have kind of like one day to prepare, I guess this could be directed at anybody, but was there any kind of game planning type preparation, like something you expected from them coming in, other than just kind of what you'd seen on film, or was it more like what you talked about, like just kind of one of those effort games, and that's how it has to be in these tournaments?
With today's technology, I'm sure both teams.
Cooked up film day of.
Yeah, you had film available off Synergy. But our deal was, see if we're in. We shot about 15 minutes worth of threes. We shot 10 minutes worth of free throws. By then, John had already kind of cooked them up, and we had a little game plan. We watched some personnel, and we walked through some of their early game. We talked about concepts. We obviously had an advantage because we played against them, and I can share a little more. I don't have to see them twice a year. But they usually always, Coach Sendek's always, we've been able to guard their initial action okay, and they make you guard it, but it'll get down to that 1-4 ball screen in the middle of the floor, and with Vrankich and Williams, and we did a really good job on that because there's been many nights where we were picking the ball out of the net, and I've had some sleepless nights, and I was like, we look down there, and I mean, the guy's coach of the year in the Pac-12 and ACC and MAC, and like we're supposed to beat these guys, and we had some good battles, and tonight was no exception. I was really happy the way we played.